The next drill I'm going to teach you is what we call our three-step, one-step drill. So with each of the hurdles, they're spaced out accordingly so that we can get 3 fast steps in, and then the last hurdle we have to be really active and we just take 1 step in between the hurdle. I space them out about 16 feet for the 3-step and about 8 to 9 steps for, or 8 to 9 feet for the 1-step. That can be adjusted depending on the height of the athlete, their stride pattern and everything. The biggest thing that you'll see here is we're working on frequency rhythm. And that's the key to the 100 and the 110 hurdles, is having a really fast frequency rhythm in between. So I'm going to have Dewan go through, and as he goes through, I'll explain kind of what we're looking at. Go ahead. You want to stay tall and be real active in between, stepping down. Good. So just like any drill, we can work over regular height hurdles, we can go shorter, and we actually like to use the shorter hurdles for our beginning hurdlers just so they feel comfortable with the drill before we advance them higher. So I'll have Ray go ahead and go over the 12-inch hurdles, the same drill. It's 3-step. Good. So as you see, as our athletes are running through here, they're keeping a real low heel recovery. So we want to pull that foot right through the shin and staying real low in frequency. And that's the key to the 100 and the 110 hurdles, is usually our athletes are running up on the hurdle because they're taking too big of strides in between. So we actually want to be real active and chopping down and keeping our stride so that we're taking off further away from the hurdle. The further away you take off in front of the hurdle, the less height that you're going to have, so you can have more of a flat parabolic curve from the takeoff point. If I take off closer to the hurdle, now I'm going to have to go a lot higher just to get my body up over the hurdle, and now I'm going to be crashing down from a much higher point. So my goal is to have a real flat parabolic curve, so that means I got to take off further away from the hurdle. So this drill teaches you how to keep that frequency so that every hurdle you're always taking off further away from the hurdle to make sure you're not running up on it. So let's go ahead and do this again, Dewan. Being real active with the upper body, stepping down quick. Good. Go ahead, Ray. So you'll watch the fast frequency rhythm in between, stepping down, stepping down. Good. So as we go through these hurdles, one thing that we like to key on is how our upper body is working in relation to our lower body. So a lot of younger hurdlers, I see that they like to cross their arm in front of their body, so it causes this twisting motion. If we do this, then it's going to cause us to come off the hurdle and then twist the opposite direction. So our goal here is to stay as square with the hurdle as possible. So I always tell young athletes, you want to feel like you have a string attached between your knee and your wrist, so everything moves in a linear direction. We don't want to go side to side and have a transverse movement. Everything's running straight ahead. So if there's a string attached between my knee and my wrist, everything's going to stay in line. Then I'm going to break that string by pulling that trail leg through to a high point. The trail leg arm, as we come off the hurdle, we want to make sure that we're pulling that wrist down in a downward fashion. Another thing that I see with younger hurdlers is they want to pull the elbow back, which allows for that trail leg to come out and around. If you pull your wrist down, it creates a window for that knee to come through. So the knee needs to come right through the forearm. And you want to feel like you're bringing that knee up under your armpit as high as possible. And that window makes sure that that foot doesn't travel outside of your body. So it comes through and then straight down. And we always are constantly sprinting off of every hurdle. So this is a 3-step, 1-step drill.